Okay, third time's the charm. My apologies. If you guys don't know, I got OBS and I want to test this out on this PC. Going over some news, right? Um, so we're gonna made for kids. Let me delete that last fucking shit. I'm sorry you guys had to see that. Let me. Now that we got everything correct here. Oh my god, the other one's probably gonna show up too. Um, so yeah, it's been a while. I know. Again, I mentioned on Discord that I have a new PC. Um, so I want to test that out, try out the features of see how OBS runs on this. If it runs really well, that means I can probably stream other games. I know Pretty Swift uses this method as well for our streams. So hopefully, I'll probably sound a little bit weird. I have to get everything set up, I know, so that's gonna be my fault. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into the news. If I sound fine, please let me know. Make sure this is meant to be today. Well, it's just because of my bad. I haven't used the regular OBS. I've used the OBS Studio, so um, the suit looks cool. Yeah. GBO2 jump scare. Yeah. So I actually got a chance. Since I got this new PC, I have been playing PC. I have played PC, and unfortunately, because I'm I'm more familiar with the game. I feel like I kind of been booty blasting the D minus guys. I feel a little bit sad about doing that. But yeah, and hopefully you guys have been checking out other content on this channel. Like we done the Fall of Cybertron stream, and some shorts. So hopefully you guys check that out. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into the news. Again, hopefully I sound at least legible, because I know I'm gonna sound a little bit different because I'm using a laptop and all that good stuff. But let's take a look now. So information, developer newsletter regarding the update of October. First of all, greetings pilots. I am Ishi, and this is the developer newsletter for October. I was steaming hot in the summer, but finally autumn has arrived. October's almost gone. The temperature is dropping fast. My body is crying out for hot stuff. Jesus Christ, bro. Crying out for hot stuff like hot pot. Actually, development team is planning to have it together. Oh, cool. But we can talk about that later. Let's talk about the updates of this month. User survey results. So they had that result. You're definitely legible. That's good. Again, just testing this out. I'll definitely change this. There's probably a setting I could change. You guys can look at all this fucking shit. More or comprehensible. Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, maybe legible is not the word. Hey man, I haven't streamed in a while, right? I knew Nakagawa had mentioned this last month, but let me say thank you here. Thank you for completing the survey. For all those that did that Pigmon jump scare. As you know, we always keep updating GBO2 and trying to make it better, as every change will affect the in-game environment so much. We'd like to know the pilot's opinions, and that's why we made the survey. Let me show you some picked up feedback and the results. Removing group sorties in rating match. So, you guys heard that correctly. They're removing the ability to do group sorties, group sorties, my bad. They did a survey for this. Result, this data collecting only took place in Japan. So they said, fuck everybody else, we only do shit in Japan, bro. Fuck off. So, how do you feel about fighting together with your friends? In quick match and custom match, it was pretty fun. Although in rating match, it was never played before. And then some people said not fun, and some people said neither. But 30% says fine. There's a lot of people here that are like, oh, hello? Are we all good? Alright, let's go do some, what's a good music thing to go to? You know what, There we go, there we go. Yeah, we got it, we got it. Okay, okay, okay. Let's go to Beethoven real fast. Beethoven hours. There we go. We'll have that kept on play there. Turn that all the way there, cause that was keep my my headset on. Sorry about that. Yeah, dog it. Oh my God. All right. So they only took this into Japan. The results of the survey showed that more pilots enjoy playing quick match and custom match casually, rather than having some serious in-game rating matches. Bro, didn't I turn you down? Yeah, we'll keep that barely, Mr. Beethoven. But yeah, apparently a lot of people played, quick match, custom match. Makes sense, rating match. I'm not gonna have a whole lot of issues here. Beethoven's always nice, good taste on go. Hey man, what can I say? He's got talent, But hopefully he's not overpowering my voice. But yeah, not as much serious gaming here, but we believe this is because rating match is a serious battle in which the rating increases or decreases, so there is a sense of tension even among friends, which, that can be true, but I do want to say, though, that that is a large margin of people that haven't never played it before, and there is a majority of people that do find this fun over the people that find it not fun. Which, yeah, it's kind of weird to just get rid of them outright, right? So, I guess they're removed now. So, here's the results of solo single player of joining a random group. So, you just playing solos, right? Fancy schmancy song. So, how do you feel about the battle when you're alone in a random group? 16% have said fun. Neither, 25%. 14% for never played before. And, yeah, not fun is a whopping 43%. Again, with friends, 7.9. By yourself, 43.1, which I can understand. That it is pretty frustrating playing by yourself. So you want to play with friends, right? So now you're playing with your friends. So it seems here, the group sorting rating match, we have the actual same sense with players, like want to play with friends even more, want to play rating match with friends. That's why we added group sortie to rating match. We had designed the group match system as below in order to prevent this difference in strength between solo players and group players, which we all know this. Whenever you go out for a sortie, they'll try to find people similar to you. So yeah, after matching groups with similar conditions, if there's not enough people on the team, some random pilots will join you in the room, which is, fine. If you're fighting, like, let's say 6v6 and you have 4 people on each team, obviously you're not going to be able to find another group of 4 people, so random pilots it is. If anyone leaves the group, all group members of both their own team and enemy team leave the room. Which that could be fine for balancing reasons. You don't want one side to leave and then, a whole bunch of random pilots are fighting one team, right? So it sounds like it's already fine. However, unlike at the beginning of 2019 when we implemented group sorties, we currently have the following problems. Many pilots are more stressed about being involved in grouping than they were about wanting to play on the same team with friends in the hottest rating matches. Players are not feeling enthusiastic to group sortie in the past, which, again, only a small percentage of them has said not fun, which that's really a weird, bizarre situation. But again, this is the correlation where a lot more people in solo, when in a random group by themselves, has said rating match is just not fun. So their perspective on this is to get rid of, the solution here is to get rid of group sorting. Although the above problem is still occurring, actually, however, as the survey results show, it is also true that more than a certain number of players enjoy playing group games, and we believe that fun of playing with friends is an important aspect of GBO2 as an online game. Yes, although the above problem is still occurring, our idea remains the same. Invite your friends to play more and more. However, since our basic premise is that we all want pilots to enjoy playing the game, we are removing the group sorties for rating matches, which many people find stressful. And again, I find that really strange too because they want this to be a team-based game, right? But then you have stuff like the clan matches where you have to work as a team with your friends, and you do want those kind of situations for a rating match where generally people do try to take that game more seriously or take the game more seriously. So I find that really weird with the setup of the game, personally. I mean, of course, I haven't played the game in a while, but you know, when I was playing with friends, it's kind of weird with how they're having the whole they want the team battles going on, right? But yeah, they will remove group sorties, and like you said, Robot Aqua's back. Oh no, I'm very right. Robot Man. Oh hell no. Oh hell no! I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. That's how I'm going robot mode. Again, this is the first time doing this. Remove pre-match chat. Remove group sortie. What's next? Remove quick chat. Yeah, it's fine again. Okay. Again, I'm sorry for the problems. I'll have to fix it afterwards. Again, this is a test after all, testing out the OBS system. So we'll go through improve as we go. Right. Apologies. Um. But yeah, with the above changes, rating matches will become game mode more on personal skill than ever before, while quick matches and custom matches will continue to be a place to enjoy casual battles together, no matter solo and group players. I have a huge problem with this because, while it's true that's more on personal skill than ever before, you're still in random matches with people. You don't know if people are just gonna fucking suck or not, right? I find that really, really shitty. Um, And the whole point of the game is to play as a team, and if you want to grow in with your teammates and play an actual game, I feel like that's good. You know, maybe if you like playing more of like a supporting general role, right? It might be better to play that with actual teammates than just random people, right? And it also goes against the I guess the grain of the game where you have how do I explain this? Again, I already mentioned earlier where you have clan matches and all that, where they want you to take serious matches with your friends. So I feel like what's the point? I feel like what they should do is increase or decrease the time it takes to find other groups of people, or maybe at this point, it's gonna suck, but maybe you have to find random people to group up against groups of people at this point to play with your friends in raiding matches. But I guess that's the whole point, is they're gonna remove the groups, right? Stupid. Honestly, they probably shouldn't even just touch it, to be honest. It's such a small line, in my opinion. Like, it's a huge margin of people enjoy playing the game. And this whole thing here, like, I don't know, I just find it really dumb. So after that, unit balance adjustments. Notice of nerfing Atlas Gundam Thunderbolt and Zeku Zwei. And they're letting you know this beforehand. So looking at the Atlas Gundam, the win rate average for 600 is 49.6. This suit had a 54% win rate, while the rival win rate 48% to 56%. Damage dealt was 69,000 to 78,000, and losses were 3.0 to 3.1. The Zeku Zwei average win rate for generals is straight 50%. This suit had a 54%, 54.9. Win rate 50%, 50.5 to 55.1. Damage dealt 75,000, 81,000, 3.0, 3.3 amount of losses. So currently, Atlas Gundam, Thunderbolt, and Zeku Zwei have better than expected record, which with the Thunderbolt, or the Atlas Gundam, I already knew that you can ask a lot of people, the Atlas Gundam is the best, one of the best generals, the best general, next to the mass production Double Zeta at 600. The only problem is that you're probably not going to find a whole lot of people pooling, like a big pool of people playing it. I think at this point, because of how it plays, I think a lot of people that are playing it now are just the really good players that stay playing it. And they're doing really, really well with Atlas Gundam. It reminds me a lot of the Beyond Light Custom. Yeah, whoever said the Atlas Gundam is fine, yeah, no, it was clearly like the best general at 600. And mass production double Zeta right behind it. And I mean right behind it. Like, dick to ass right behind. And what's funny is I think I even said if they nerf the Atlas Gundam, then mass production double Zeta will rise to the top at some point. I don't remember when I said that. I know for a fact I said the mass production double Zeta would beat it. Yeah, I know. Robo Dongo. Yeah, it's gonna fix itself. I'm sorry. Well, it's just something I can change here. Maybe. Is it desktop audio? Does that work? I'll give that a second and see if that works. Give that a second. Alright, I think it's working. Okay. So they've been testing and adjusting the game the view to making a downward adjustment, and now that we're back on track to do so, we are pleased to announce that the downward adjustment will be implemented in the November update. And they have received requests for downward adjustments both in and outside of the survey. Be very careful in the response in order to create a well-balanced unit performance and environment. Which, yeah, the double Zeta mass production type and the full armor double Zeta. In the survey, we also received requests for downward adjustment of the double Zeta mass production type. However, since the current results are within the expected range and other units in the same cost range are also active, those units have a good performance. We have no intention to make any adjustments to this unit recently. And if we look here, win rate is... okay. 49.6. Win rate for this is 51, so it is above the average win rate. Come on now. I mean, obviously not as big as the Atlas, but come on, bro. The rival win rate, 48.5, had a 51.2. Damage dealt is actually fine. Damage dealt is fine. And the losses is actually losing more, slightly more than the Atlas Gundam, which the Atlas Gundam is losing more than the average anyway. And my only possible explanation for this, as I mentioned earlier, that the Atlas Gundam, you're not going to have as big as a pool of players playing the Atlas Gundam because of the way it plays with it hovering and all that, right? Or flying, right? I did mention that the people that are going to be playing the Atlas Gundam nowadays are typically just going to be the best using it, right? Which, again, if it's doing really well, we already said that it's the best suit at 600, so it's fine if they want to nerf it, right? But I think with what's going on here with the mass production double Zeta is that there is such a big pool of players playing this suit. Back when I was still playing the game, it was a huge amount of players. Like, every match had pretty much at least more than one mass production double Zeta. So I think it's going on here, there's such a large pool. It's just kind of... you're going to have just really shitty players and decent players jumping in with the really bad players, right? Or the really good players, my bad. It's kind of like, I guess you say it's auto balancing, right? And I guess you can count in like lower rating players as well. And yeah, to mention the Zeku's Y as well, because I was just kind of going over the Atlas and the mass production double Zeta because those are both 600 suits. But for the Zeku's Y, the Zeku's Y is a really... it has, you know, a big downside of being a really massive mobile suit with no... I believe it had no maneuver armor unless you activate the one skill it has, and it gets, like, what, shock dampers for range weapons. Sorry, I haven't played the game in a couple of weeks. But yeah, the Zeku's Y... Other than that, it was a really, really devastating suit. Those missile span, like the missiles, were basically the primary weapons on this suit. If you guys ever fought a Zekuzai, you probably know what I'm talking about. And if you have two on a team that are really good players, they can be really annoying. You just bombard your team. So I can easily understand why they're nerfing the Zekuzai at the moment. People have gotten around its issues of being like at least the people are still around playing the Zekuzai, right? They gotten around it being a massive target, right? And you know it does show where it does have more losses than average. You know, more than these two, right? But the damage output is still really, really high. And yeah, those missiles are real. They're anti-air missiles. I've used those to take out people like while they're in the air. That's why I want to know is why is really good mobile suit in the right hands, but I don't think it's busted enough to get nerfed. And I think it's kind of similar to what's happening with the Atlas, where a lot of people that are playing it are it's not a really easy general unit to play, and the people who have it that suck with it, they dropped playing it, right? They dropped it. They're not playing it anymore. Really good players are playing it. They're making use of it really well, and that's what kind of like with the Atlas Gundam, right? I think that's what might be happening. And I'm fine with I'll have to see what they're going to nerf about it, right? Both of these suits. But to not touch the Double Zeta mass production type, I mean, come on. That suit has a lot of stuff going for it. And I think the only reason it's this way is because there's such a large pool of players playing it. Compared to the Atlas and the Zwei, where I think, it's just the really good players left there playing it. Similar to like the Bionic Custom, right? But they are buffing the full armor Double Zeta as well, which is a recent 4-star support. This was the last 4-star, actually the last suit in the game I went over before I left the game. And I thought it had the ability to do really well, but I did hate some of its defensive capabilities. I hate beam coating. Beam coating is a shitty skill. It's a fucking shit skill. I hate it. It's awful. Get rid of it. Terrible skill. In terms of like on paper, it can be really good, but in terms of like actual matches, if you got somebody who knows what they're doing, like it's so easy to get a full armor Double Zeta or a Delta Gundam or anybody that has a version of this, like the Chobham armor Alex, to get them stunned. And then just either stun accumulation, which I guess, for the Chobham armor, it's fine with the Chobham armor where it has the ballistic resistance to accumulation. It has, like, if you shoot it with a shotgun, it doesn't stun it at all, right? But with this suit, like the full armor Double Zeta Gundam, if you have a beam shotgun, I believe that would still stun. I think it takes a little bit more, but still possible. But, if you're at 700, you do have choices of ballistic stuns or, again, like other stun accumulation weapons. And yeah, it was just, I hate beam coating as a skill, and I'm glad we look at the win rate here. Win rate 49.5 for supports on average. This suit had a 47.1, so it's dipping below what they normally buff suits at, which is like 48%. The rival win rate, it actually did better, 46.8. This had a 47.5. Damage dealt was on the same track, but it was losing more MS, losing more mobile suits, right? More lives, I should say. So it looks like it might just get a touch-up, which I'm fine. If they just do a touch-up, I'll be fine with that. And maybe, kind of like with, I don't want to say the Faz. I think the Faz actually had a decent buff for its higher cost, but yeah, I can see the full armor Double Zeta getting a decent touch-up and doing really well. Because again, it's only barely losing that win rate. I say barely, but the typical is 48% that usually buff something, right? It's at 47.1. But yeah, I expected it to get buffed in some area, because I do feel like its defenses were pretty laughable. Again, I mentioned earlier, if you know what you're doing, in terms of like stunning something, like your stun accumulations, or you don't have a beam weapon like a ballistic weapon, yeah. And yeah, the Dagdoll's not getting buffed again. Actually, I'm interested to see where the Dagdoll is. I really wish they'd show us every suit in the game and what their stuff is, like their data. I'd like to know that. But yeah, although the full armor double Zeta was introduced at the end of September 2023, its various battle record data is below the expected range. Actually, I kind of wish they showed us the weapon data too, because I want to know exactly where we should be focusing. Because I can only make a guess on what might be causing that win rate. Same thing with, you know, everything else I just said so far. And they have received requests for buffing this MS outside of survey, so we're making adjustments at this time. So yeah, I'm totally fine with that. And yeah, Godzilla's already mentioned that. Oh yeah, I saw your comment earlier about the mass production double Zetas. Yeah, those. It was like 2 per team, sometimes even more. Honestly, I think it's because of just the massive pool of players playing this suit is what's causing them to not look at. And even with that, you know, it's still at least above the average win rate, which is weird because they'll nerf a suit. Like, let's say the win rate's 50%, or even here like 49. They'll nerf a suit that has a 48%, but this suit has a 51%. So it's like it's technically still above the average, right? And we look at the full armor double Zeta, it's actually doing better in the rival win rate, and it's doing better in damage, and still fine in the MS losses. It's just that win rate, right? So why is this getting buffed but this is not getting nerfed? It's weird. Anyway, expansion of the limit for increasing the lineup of recycle counter by Premium War Merit Badge. It's an update on the Supply Center. 5 years past since the service was launched, with more than 400 MSs appearing in game, and the number of units eligible for exchange increased significantly. For players who have just started, there are many new items lined up, but for those who have been playing GBO2 for a long time, there are more and more cases of many acquired items lined up. We have received a request in the survey to increase the number of items that can be exchanged at the recycle ticket exchange counter. As a result, we will expand the number of items that can be exchanged at the recycle window by earning war merit badges. And finally, we get to the new suit here, the Dijeh Traversia. And I'm gonna be honest, that head shape kind of looks like oh god, what are they called? The ones from Wing, the Leos? Not the Leo or the Leos, right? The oh god, what are they called? Like the red one with the cape. Got that same little horn thing going on, or nah, like they're a little upgraded forms. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, the Dijeh Traversia will appear immediately after the update. It's from MSVR. Wow, okay, I didn't know that. Oh, it's the return of Johnny Gridden. Okay. Is now joining GBO2, introducing the unit in a special video that includes its performance, such as the armament and skills. Take a look. I will not be looking at the video because they'll mention all the skills down here anyway. Having the same type of funnel and shield with a built-in mega particle cannon as the Yag Doga, and equipped a number of ranged weapons such as the beam cannon and hand beam gun of the Schwartzum Diaz. Kind of like with the other Dijeh CA we got. In addition, not just the weapons, it has incredible skills like simple biosensor ability boost and a new skill, the thrust-based fire cooling system, which, based on the name of that, sounds interesting. So, unit features from Mobile Suit Gundam, MSVR, Return of Johnny Ridden, General, okay. I'm not expecting to be a General. General unit with 650 cost and can be deployed on both ground and space. Special unit based on the Dijeh, a mobile suit formerly piloted by Neo Zeon's supreme leader Char Aznable. Not Amuro. Amuro is definitely not known on piloting the Dijeh, right? Although I know this is talking about the Dijeh CA. I kind of wish they kind of make mention of that, but I also kind of hate that Char's piloted a Dijeh before. Like everywhere I've looked, it's like an Amuro thing that he pilots the Dijeh. But that's just me though. A special unit although the original Dijeh was partially destroyed, its core was used in this unit for 2 primary reasons. Its nuclear fusion reactor boasted the highest output in all of Neo Zeon at the time of development, and load reduction could be achieved when equipping new units for testing. Its partially damaged and lost limbs were restored using spare parts intended for prototypes, alongside various high-output weapons still under development.
Additionally, the same Gree binders used by the Schutzum Diaz were equipped to it once again. Upon completion of its weapon system, it was assigned a model number and a unique name. Can be deployed on both ground and space. It is a 4-star as well, and then we're going to look at the skills. Why this and not the Gyaradoga Saikamu type, aka Light Suzabi? I don't know. What do I know? So, anyway, new skill. Thrust-based fire cooling system. When using ballistic... See the thing, don't they? When using ballistic weapons during high-speed movement, the unit recovers from both heat buildup and overheating faster. Okay, that's interesting. So, any heat buildup, overheating, if you have your ballistic weapons out while you're boosting, that will recover faster. Okay. Then we look at the beam diffusion skill level 2, which I'm pretty sure the level 1 we're on both of the Yagdoga, so we're getting a level 2 version of that. While using focus fire with a weapon installed in your shield, damage from a beam shot hitting your shield and reaction reduced or cancelled, which that already happens with the Yagdoga. When this effect is activated, the damage and focusing speed of the armament inbuilt to the shield will be increased for a certain period of time. Okay, so if you're charging it, it'll charge faster, and the damage will also be increased. So that's fine for level 2. It's fine. Totally fine with that. Sub-weapon Mega Particle Cannon is the relevant weapon which is affected by the skill. So it'll tell you, yeah, the Mega Particle Cannon. So yeah, it's just the Yagdoga shield, but just better, essentially. Skill Simple Biosensor Ability Boost level 2 activates when HP lower than 40%, boosting attack, defense, and mobility, reduces damage to the unit's HP caused by the shooting attribute, and stagger caused by accumulated damage. Reduces damage. Oh. So it gets oh god, what is that skill called? Sorry, I haven't played in weeks. Resistance? What is it? Damage resistance? Oh god, I can't remember the name of the skill. Basically, you can take more stun accumulation. And looks like shooting, like, you know, range weapons will just do less damage to it. Nullifies all reactions except for knockback due to cumulative damage only at the point of skill activation. The performance of the unit's sub-weapon, Funnel, ×6 focus fire is changed as follows. So if you have Biosensor, the Funnel, well, normally the Funnel will continuously attack the lock-on target, but while activating, Funnel irradiates attacks at a fixed range towards a locked-on target. Also available while high speed, so you can use this while boosting. Nice. So it seems like a nice general unit. So I'm totally fine with that. You take less damage. Yeah, again, like Godzilla says, kind of like the Cubile. Last but not least, this will be coming pretty much this month, or this week, on Wednesday. Well, at least for me, on Wednesday. Probably Thursday for some of y'all. In addition, a PMU Material Enhancement Campaign is scheduled to be held for 2 weeks from the day of the update. Yeah, Material Enhancement Campaign. Get your suits all good to go. Details will be announced at a later date, but there will be a huge increase in battle rewards, limited time missions, and much more. We will also hold special match at the same time where you can play on maps with different relay point locations. This time we'll be using maps other than Port Base, Tropical Desert, and Deserted City from last time. Oh, so we got different maps this time. That's interesting. And the survey was finished last month, and we're preparing another one at the moment. We are deciding to make an announcement in the future and hope you'll help us with that one too. Now, unfortunately, they only listen to Japanese players, so if you guys can understand what I'm saying normally, and you're not from Japan, then your opinion doesn't matter. So, yeah, that is it to wrap everything up. We got a new suit, new 4-star Dijeh Traversia. They are removing group sorties in raiding matches. There's the data for, you know, they asked players, how do you feel about fighting with your friends? You get the data there. Data for playing alone in a random group. They got some unit balance adjustments. There's the Atlas Gundam and the Zeku's Y will be nerfed, and the Double Zeta, the mass production Double Zeta, and the will actually not be nerfed. The mass production Double Zeta will not be nerfed, and the full armor Double Zeta Gundam will be buffed. And that is it for the current update that will be coming in on technically Wednesday and Thursday. So how do you guys feel about the stuff so far? I know some of you guys have contentions with the suits being nerfed and not nerfed. So, or you know, how do you guys feel about the Dijeh Traversia? They do have a trailer up on YouTube. I'm not gonna search through all that right now though. I'm not sure that's gonna work with the OBS at the moment. Could be fine, but you know, I just wanna make sure we get everything right here, right? Maybe you guys should use a translator in the Japanese forums. Bro, they know how to read that. You've ever had somebody try to talk to you that doesn't speak English and they use like Google Translate or something to like try to talk to you, and you can just tell that, like, there's some words that are just off, right? That's essentially what will happen if we try to translate to them. Bad about the nerfs. Zwei is understandable nerf. Atlas is nerf. I need to see what they changed to make a decision on that. Well, the thing is, the Atlas is definitely the best general, but it does take more. It has a higher skill ceiling to achieve that, right? So I guess it would depend on what they're nerfing, right? And the mass production Double Zeta, it's kind of weird they're not nerfing it, because it is a suit you constantly see at 600. Like, everybody and their mother has this suit and they're playing it. Because it's that good. I almost feel like it's just because of the high pool of players playing it. I think that's what's causing it to not have, them considering not nerfing it, compared to the Zeku's Y and the Atlas Gundam, where they're a little bit more specialized, or they have quirks to it where it's not going to be a common suit pick, right? That's just me though. Maybe in the weeks I haven't played, maybe everybody's playing Zeku's Y. So MPZZ is just a cakewalk to play against, or to play? Because you mean to play? Yeah, for sure, it's a cakewalk. It literally has everything you can want in a suit, and has more. You know, like the ability to just do insane damage when you knock somebody down into a combo with the plus 15% range damage. Honestly, don't know why they didn't take a look at that. It has a shotgun to stop people in their plays. Like, stun accumulation has multiple stun options. The only thing I think is really weak on it is those missiles. Not the ones on your shoulders. The one on your chest or something? The one that has the reticle-based movement. That one I think is just whatever, right? But honestly, the rest of the suit is just so strong, and has maneuver armor too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Berserk. That's what I'm saying. I think the only reason the mass production Double Zeta doesn't have like higher, or they're not considering that, because there's such a high pool of players playing it on both teams. That's the only reason I think why they're not considering nerfing it, which is a shame, because I don't want to say that they need to play their game a little bit more, but they kind of do. Because back when, maybe it's different now where not enough people are playing it, but back when I was still playing the game a few weeks ago, every team at 600 had multiple mass production Double Zetas. It's so good you can use it at 650. You can use it under cost. So I don't know what they're thinking, but sortie thing seems interesting. Yeah, they're getting rid of group sorties. I find that interesting. I don't necessarily agree with it. What I think they need to do is just make it faster to find either teams, or at this point just start putting. I mean, it sucks that a lot of people are gonna, they don't like playing solo in a random group, but I do think it'd be fun to prioritize people in groups finding teams faster. because it takes a long time to find, like, if you have more than 2 people in your group and you're trying to find a party and raiding, it's going to take a long time. At least from my experiences. So yeah, it sucks that, you know, if a bunch of solo players are going to join in and you guys might get to stomp them. Yeah, that would suck, but I feel like that's a... I'd rather have that than just having no group option, you know? That means I have to, if I want to rank up in a match, I have to play with a bunch of random people, and at that point I don't feel like it'd be personal skill. Because what if your team's just really bad? In a team game. Personal skill or not, right? Like, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of lame. That's just me, though. The MP double Zeta has a unicorn problem. Everyone has it, so the numbers can't actually represent its actual ability. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. There's just so many people playing it. On both sides. It's one of those things where I feel like if you play the game, you would know that it needs a nerf in some areas, right? Even if it's just a little touch up, right? Or let's just say a touchdown, right? A little touchdown. We already seen how that works in this game where, for example, way back then, the Dolahan was one of the best raids at the best raid, uncontested at 400 at one point. They nerfed it slightly. I think they took away its damage control. Oh, that was it called, damage control. They took away its damage control, and a lot of people just suddenly stopped playing it because it got nerfed. It was still a really good raid, but because of that nerf, people just stopped playing it. Even if they do something like that to the mass reduction double Z, like remove its maneuver armor, right? I think that'd be fine. You'd start seeing a lot less of these players, and maybe they wouldn't be getting away with some stuff, right? They do something like that. Moonlight Sonata really sets the mood, doesn't it? Yeah. Mozart made the stream depressing. How loud is it, by the way? I hope it's not, like, too loud. I'm pretty sure they're going to revert the group matchmaking changes, honestly. Yeah, it's just really weird, because it's also weird because they want to do team, what are they called? The ranking matches, you know, the ranking matches, yeah, for your clan matches. There we go, clan matches, which require you to be in a team, and you want to kind of practice for that, right? And they assume, you know, that rating is a serious match setup, right? So why not still have that up so you can practice for clan matches or something, right? Like, it just feels really weird. Or maybe there's just something in that logic that I'm just not getting, right? It's perfect volume-wise? Okay, thank you. Damn, look, 3 people saying it's at perfect. OBS knows how to get it. Some people don't want really good, they want uncontestedly broken. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, again, if you just slightly nerfed the mass production double Zeta, it's gonna work. The reason I say it's gonna work, because I know it's gonna work, because it's happened with the Dolahan, it's happened with oh god, there's some other suits. There's definitely some other suits I can't think of at the moment that's worked for. And that's how I know it's going to work. So just do that to the mass production double Zeta. Is that the CA heavy stagger rifle? Also, the Sonata sounds alright, not too loud or low. Okay. Could be louder. But yeah, that's gonna go ahead and wrap up the stream. And I did mention that the whole reason for those that are joining in late, the first part of the stream, not too well in terms of how the voice sounds, and there's a lot of robot noises, a lot of stuff going on. So I do have a new laptop. Methus, thank you. Methus and Jetta Sev as well, thank you. Yeah. Although the Jetta did kind of climb back up when people were, you know, it still kind of got people, over time people started playing it more, I'd say. But it still worked initially, right? But But yeah, those are two fine examples, the Myth and Jetta. But yeah, I do have a new PC, so we'll try see if we can stream some other stuff here. Maybe I'll try out the PC version of GBO2. I already have tried it out, but I guess I mean stream-wise, right? The PC version is running fine. I do feel kind of bad because even after taking weeks off of the game and having a different control setup, I was still kind of kicking a bunch of D-minuses asses, and I kind of felt bad for him. I kind of felt bad for him, honestly. Especially now that I fixed my control settings on it, and now I'm just rocking out. Yeah, it's. I'm not gonna lie. If I just work at it, I think I might be like S minus or like A or A plus, like in 2 weeks. But I'm not gonna be playing the game as often as I would be on consoles, so I'm not gonna say anything, set a bar, right? Don't cry for the weak. Don't. Hey man, they're trying, all right. So I'm not gonna say they're weak. They're not weak-willed, and they're trying. They just don't know. They're ignorant, but not in a bad way. They just don't know what they're capable of doing yet. When I see a mass production double Zeta, and he doesn't know how to play, I feel sad, because I know that playing on console, there's one guy who can just solo the entire team with that suit. or you know, if one guy from console gets transported over to PC with that suit, oh my god, it'd be over. That is true. They could say they could just nerf the Atlas by like 1 point, right? Doom on calculator, Tongo. MF Doom. PC GBO2 plus 250 cost space match plus draw C downswings equals stupid fun. Dude, did I ever tell you guys that Taru got a over 500k damage match? I think he had 24 kills. And that I have not, even on consoles, on PC, I have not seen anybody beat that yet. I have not seen anybody beat over 500k damage. That is insane. It's gonna be fun blasting at this new MS. Yeah, I'm not sure how it's gonna do. It might do fine. Again, I haven't played in a few weeks. Maybe, however, they're gonna nerf the Zeku's Y. Maybe they'll help the suit. Who knows? You remember that shit? Yeah, it was. Yeah, I watched that live. Hope you can hear some Canon in D major by. Oh god, I can't say that name. It's been on my mind since I've heard Autumn Anthem for the first time. Yeah, Taru was killing baby seals. Yeah, he was genociding baby seals, dude. Like that was awful. I think he was 24-1. Taru really just deemed this game. It's terrifying how much blood he sacrificed for that power. Hey, if you guys haven't checked out his channel, by the way, it is Taru the Amoeba. Amoeba, yeah. He did the rating matches to get Zaku too. And he got a pretty good match with it. Actually, let's go look at it. Actually, let's go look at all these boomer words here. Terrible health habits. This thing thinks I'm a boomer right now. Because I keep clicking on these articles randomly just to amuse myself. YouTube. Taru the Amoeba. There you go. There he is. And you also got the metal spider if you want to look at the metal spider. I don't know what all this other stuff is. What is? I don't care about this.
By Digital Storm. A faster workflow.
Bada bing, bada boom. Easy as that. Taru in that match is basically Michael Jordan versus them kids. That's actually pretty good. Alright, well, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap up everything. If you guys enjoy the stream, appreciate it. You know, haven't been streaming often as I wanted to, actually. Um, oh man, there's something else I was gonna say. I can't remember it. I'd appreciate it. Taro's destroying those CODs, kids. Yeah. I'll think about doing a PC stream if you guys are up for that. But I really would. I would have to have the input from you guys. I need the input to know if I want to go do like some PC streams of this game, or even other stuff. Like I actually do have like what I can finally play Earth Defense Force on PC, among other stuff. Hey Taru, let's recommended your channel. You're welcome. And yeah, I can figure out more stuff with OBS. And once we get that figured out, yeah, it'll be pretty fun to take a look at. Some stuff we can stream. But yeah, that'll be it. Goodbye.